Hey guys, I guess I should make an update because I haven't posted much lately. Last week I was focused on preparing for a job interview and, well, I didn't get that. That was a web developer job. So I guess I gotta keep looking. There's a certain level of skills and experience that I really need to do some improvement to get to. And the question is whether I ever actually get there. So certainly I'll have to try once again to try and keep studying or start studying again. I did try and do a bit of revision for that job, but it wasn't enough, obviously. Recently I decided to learn Unity 3D, the game engine. I thought maybe that's a nice hobby programming thing that I can really put effort into and actually do something productive in terms of development that's not necessarily related directly to work. But I spent a few days on the tutorials but you can't escape the fact that game development is very, very time intensive, and the games that I actually want to make, there's a question of whether those are even possible in terms of resources and skills required. Like, I think a H game is more of something that animators and those types of people do, and a SimCity game is extremely complex because now that City Skylines is out, everything has to have individually simulated agents for like every person, and they have to have fancy traffic simulation and all that. And engines like Unity aren't really built to handle those massive amounts of objects, and it's a whole heap of stuff to code. So, like, I would like to make a game, and so in like maybe 4 years or something, if I can work on it every day, maybe I can have something that I can show people, that I can put on Patreon or something like that. But I don't know. Like, at least if you make a game, at least I can imagine making a game that some people might want to actually play. But with making websites and web development, it's just so hard to make something that people are actually going to use. Promoting a game is simple enough since I understand YouTube and stuff vaguely. It's more a question of having the resources and being able to code and being able to animate, and it's all about having the resources and the skills. People don't really use websites that much anymore when you think about it, so it's really hard to try and think of a personal project. On the other hand, people play lots of different games. I did try getting back into Pomodoros. They are kind of useful if you can actually stick to them. So, like, I did the usual 25 minutes Pomodoro, 5 minutes break, and one break I listen to one song, the next break I make a cup of tea. And that's a nice way to try and actually get something done every day. So, apart from that, well, I'm getting really old. I decided to keep the long hair. I'll figure out how to style it like later on, but maybe I'll have to get out some different brushes and blow dry it differently. I just couldn't bear to get it cut and go back to having short hair, even though I don't really do much with the long hair. I kind of like how it starts to curl at the ends when it gets longer. You probably can't see it that much because of the lighting, and eventually I have to get back to the gym. I always say that. I think for the past few months I've been not feeling great, like feeling worse than usual. So I haven't really done much. So overall, I felt like I was recovering a bit, getting back into a normal productive mindset. But on the other hand, maybe not. I do still feel uneasy, worried, sad. And sure, being alone is sad, but worrying about work is just as bad. The more pressing issue right now is getting money, and it's not good at all. And I guess the basic situation is, well, things are how they are. They're not changing. They haven't changed. The time continues to run out, and opportunities continue to be lost due to inaction. But it is what it is. I am in this situation. I am alone and unemployed, and I can't really think of much to say these days. In the end, I can try and distract myself. I can try not to think about things, but there's really no escaping the reality of the state that my life is in. I'm starting to get grey hairs, and it's amazing how I'm going grey without having experienced things in life. It's amazing how there really was nothing after going through school and going through uni. There wasn't really any light at the end of the tunnel. And it's really hard to have hope for the future. Would anyone be interested in watching me on Twitch? Like doing some game streams? I don't want to put them on the main YouTube channel because it's off topic. But yeah, I wouldn't mind streaming some games. Maybe OpenTTD or Vesperia or Age of Empires. That could be a different type of content, more about things I find enjoyable. So I think now that the job interview is over, I can try and get back into a routine, and the next few months are probably going to be all about becoming productive again and getting back into a routine and doing things, making improvements every day, instead of like most of this year so far where things have just, where I haven't really settled into a routine. I've just been all over the place. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying till the end if you're still here, and see you next time.